How are you, beloved? This is the Remnant Seed Bible Study channel. Welcome. I want to talk to you today about the exact date of Passover. And every day you have to keep track of this because the Gregorian calendar is a lunar-based calendar. And things change. The lunar-based calendar, the Gregorian calendar, is not exact. I mean, there's 11 days of the year they just kind of toss around and throw around, and then you got leap year, and it's all because the moon is not an accurate timepiece, but the sun, the solar calendar that the ancient Hebrews used to use, it was a sundial. And you could set one of these up in your backyard today, and they're exactly the same every year. They never change. And this is how the ancient Israelites kept time and how they dated the seasons. They used a solar sundial. Just to be facetious here, there were no Rolex watches back in that time. Okay, and it would be awful hard to keep time or seasons with the moon. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to see a circle with a stick in it and watch the moon go around and give any shadows. So it's completely ridiculous to use the lunar-based Gregorian calendar. They call it the luna-solar calendar. And it's, in my opinion, it's for lunatics, and that's where we get the word lunar from. The the full moon. It's funny how everybody will agree. All the crazies come out on a full moon, but we're children of light, beloved, and our timepiece should be the sun, not the moon. And if you notice in prophecy, all prophecies given to the children of God are given in days. And all prophecies regarding Satan and the children of darkness are given in nights or moons. So this should be really apparent to all of you. So let's get right into this. I'm going to show you the exact date of Passover so that you're not confused about this subject like the church is. All right. So Let's first go to 2 Chronicles 35:1. Moreover, Josiah kept a Passover unto the Lord in Jerusalem, and they killed the Passover on the 14th day of the first month. And the first month I'll establish here for you, beloved. It's Nisan or it's Abib, okay? But I'll just call it Nisan. And Ezra, I'm just giving these three examples, that there are many more of this, beloved. And you're going to see there's absolutely no mention of the moon in this formula. Okay, Ezra 6:19, and the children of the captivity, which means the children of Israel, kept the Passover upon the 14th day of the first month. Ezekiel 45:21, in the first month, in the 14th day of the month, ye shall have the Passover, a feast of 7 days. Unleavened bread shall be eaten. Now let's go over these myths, these lies that are perpetrated by the mainstream church and even Judaism, beloved. I don't know anywhere way else to put it, because these instructions are given. They're so easy to follow, beloved. There's nothing in here about the moon. Nothing. Passover falls on the first full moon after the spring equinox. Beloved, this is a lie. This is not true. The truth is, Passover occurs 14 days after the spring equinox on roughly April the 3rd. And the spring equinox is roughly March 20th. And March 20th is the countdown to Passover. 14 days from March 20th is April 3rd. And Nisan is the first month on the Hebrew calendar, and Nisan the 1st is the equivalent to March 20th on the Gregorian calendar. The formula is simple. Just count 14 days from the vernal equinox and you have Passover. Nisan the 1st is the vernal equinox on the Hebrew calendar, and March 20th is the vernal equinox on the Gregorian calendar. And do not in any way use the moon in this calculation, because God did not include the moon in this formula. And I've already provided you 3 examples, but there's many more of these examples. It's the 14th day after the 1st of Nisan, after the vernal equinox. It's plain as day. Just read the verses I provide, and you'll not find the moon mentioned anywhere, beloved. In every example of the date given by God to the children of Israel for Passover, there's not any mention of the moon or the cycles of the moon. And then you have to ask yourself, so why does modern Christianity and even the Jews use the moon to calculate the date of Passover? And I really can't answer this, beloved, but the instructions are clear as day. I mean, a 5-year-old child could understand this. It's so obvious, but yet they still do it. Okay? Let's go for the truth about this. The moon is a measurement of time for the children of Satan, but the sun is a measurement of time for the children of God. We are the children of light. And I'll give you the verses here where this is spoken of. In 1 Thessalonians, ye are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. And in Genesis 1:14, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, for days and years. And the time it takes for the earth to revolve around the sun is how the length of a day was originally established, beloved. All civilizations used this solar sundial to tell the times and the seasons. There was no other way to do it, beloved. And the moon has nothing to do with the length of a day or a year. And we as Christians are to use the sun as our timepiece. Now here's another lie. There's 3 days between Friday and Sunday. Come on, beloved. There's no way. That just... In the church, every time I see a preacher get up in front of the church and try to squeeze 3 days in here, to me it's so ridiculous. They're so uneducated when they try to do this. Now, here's the truth about the matter. Jesus was crucified on a Wednesday and rose from the dead on Sunday, sometime in the early morning hours, probably shortly after midnight Saturday. There were 2 Sabbaths during the week of his crucifixion. One was a high Sabbath and the other a regular Sabbath. And beloved, this is where all the confusion comes from. This will clear all the myths up for you. And the Companion Bible will give you a complete description of this and the days leading up to the crucifixion of Christ. Now, let's go to Matthew 26:2. You know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified. In 1 Corinthians 5:7, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Christ, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. Beloved, Christ became our Passover. He also became our Sabbath, our rest. So everything, the law was fulfilled, not done away with in Christ. So he was the fulfillment of everything, beloved. And this time of the year, I mean, the Passover should be celebrated, and the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ should be celebrated on the mountaintops, because what he did for us, beloved. And do not in any way pollute this with Easter or anything to do with Easter bunnies and all this nonsense they do, rolling Easter eggs around, even in the White House. Don't participate in this. Don't even say the word Easter. It's an abomination to God. It's an abomination. He hates it. And beloved, celebrate this on the right day. I've given you the formula here. No matter what anybody tells you, this is the correct way to celebrate the Passover, and I've given you the formula to celebrate it on the correct day. So that's the end of this video. I wanted to keep it short and sweet, but I felt I should bring this out being tomorrow is actually the 20th of March. So good day to you, beloved, and much love from me to you, and we'll see you on the next lecture.